Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day. Our topic is alternative energy source, which is the solar energy. Let's define the solar energy. It is the energy obtained by capturing heat and light from the sun. Now let's move to talk a bit about the story of the solar energy, and it was invented in 18th century, specifically in 1839 by French physicist. Now let's move to talk about the types of the solar energy. There are so many types, but here we will only discuss the most common one, which is the photovoltaic system, which produce the electricity directly from the sunlight. When we talk about the solar energy, it is considered as the cleanest type of energy in the world. Let's move to talk about the basic operation of solar energy and how do the solar panels work. The solar panel work by absorbing the sunlight with photovoltaic cells, generating a direct current energy, and then it converted into a usable alternative current energy. This can only be done with the help of the inverter technology. Let's move to talk about how do the solar energy work to generate electricity. A standard solar panel consists of a layer of silicon cells, metal frame, glass casing, and various wiring to allow the current to flow from the silicon cells. Let's talk a bit about silicon. It is a non-metal with conductive properties that allow to absorb and convert sunlight into electricity. When light interact with the silicon cells, it causes electrons to current. This is known as the photovoltaic effect, and it is it describes the general functionality of the solar panel technology.
Basic construction of solar panel. In a typical solar cell, two layers of doped silicon semiconductor are tightly bounded together. And as we can see in figure 1, front electrical contact is placed on the top. N-type material, which is considered to be as layer 1 and is modified to have excess of free electrons, depletion zone, and then P-type, which is considered to be as layer 2 and is treated to have excess of electrons, holes, or vacancies, back, and lastly back electrical contact. Material of solar panel. The solar cell is based on semiconducting materials which vary from system to system. Solar cell contain two different types of semiconducting materials, a P and N type of semiconducting materials, which lead to a P-N junction. The top four most commonly used material for solar panel are 1. Crystalline silicon, 2. Amorphous silicon, 3. Gallium arsenide, and lastly organometallics. Basic requirement of solar panel. The requirements of solar panel can be summarized up to 5 points. 1. Minimum sunlight requirements for solar system. 2. Planning, permission, and inspections. 3. Solar system required component. 4. Connecting to local power grid. And last, solar system typical requirement. Basic consideration of solar panel: 1. Ambient temperature and power output. 2. Batteries and inverters. 3. Weight and size. 4. Shade-free area and orientation.
Here are some locations and countries that uses solar energy. At number 1, China with 175 gigawatts. And China is the largest producer of solar energy in Asia. Solar produced by this country accounts for more than 25% of its total energy capacity, which stood at 695.8 gigawatts in 2018. Number 2, Japan with 55.5 gigawatts. Japan is the second largest energy producer in Asia. The country's solar power capacity accounts for more than half of its total renewable energy, which was 90.1 gigawatts in 2018. And lastly, India with 27 gigawatts. And India is the third largest country that produces solar energy in Asia. Power generated by this country's solar facilities account for 22.8% of its total renewable energy capacity.